I made CM Punk a superstar. And that's a fact, Jack. And I'll end it like this. Bam! Oh. One message to CM Punk. I made you the straight edge superstar you are. And I still don't believe that because I think you take Ambien to go to sleep, mother.
In a quiet, forested small town in North Carolina, a child lost his mother. Jeff Hardy was only 9 years old. That day began the emptiness that would haunt him for the rest of his life. He became silent. He closed in, and the pain he experienced had drawn him to the addicted side. CM Punk. He grew up in a troubled home in the suburbs of Chicago. He saw what alcohol, drugs, and bad habits brought at a young age. And unlike Jeff Hardy, he always opposed such bad habits. He had adopted the straight-edge lifestyle, alcohol, cigarettes. He never touched any of them. Control was everything to him, both in the ring and in his private life. And this control made him both respected and disliked in the wrestling world. And if you are ready, you will listen to the true story of their unforgettable rivalry, which ended with the confrontation of these two wrestlers with opposite characters and different philosophies of life. If you subscribe to the channel and like the video, now we can start.
Jeff Hardy and Edge. Two legends were facing each other in a ladder match at WWE Extreme Rules. This wasn't an ordinary match, it was a World Heavyweight Championship match. Jeff Hardy also wanted the belt very badly, and this match was a great opportunity for him. The gong rang, and the match started. The match was going really well. It was great to watch. Both sides were giving everything to win. They were flying from ladder to ladder. Ladders were breaking. Bodies were breaking. It was a really incredibly stressful and tiring match. In the end, Jeff squeezed Edge between the stairwell and the ladder while climbing the ladder and grabbed the belt. Now, the new World Heavyweight Champion was Jeff Hardy. Jeff was really happy and extremely tired. Then a voice was heard from the arena. Jeff Hardy's moment of joy didn't last long. Money in the Bank holder CM Punk suddenly rushed down to the ring, briefcase in hand, and challenged a battered and exhausted Jeff Hardy for the World Heavyweight Championship he had just won. The bell rang, and the match officially began. Jeff, barely able to stand after his brutal ladder match, was an easy target. CM Punk took full advantage, hitting Jeff with a devastating move that left him dazed. Although Jeff tried to fight back, Punk delivered a second crushing blow, finally putting Hardy down for good. That night, the World Heavyweight Championship changed hands. CM Punk stood tall as the new champion. In doing so, CM Punk, once a fan favorite, shocked the WWE Universe by turning heel, drawing heavy boos from the crowd. The following week, CM Punk comes to the ring and says the following to the audience.
I know a lot of you are upset with me. You think I stole the World Heavyweight Championship from Jeff Hardy, but I don't see it that way. I did what anybody in my position would have done. Last year, I cashed in Money in the Bank on Edge, and everybody cheered. Everybody loved it. I didn't hear anybody complaining then. I am not ashamed of what I did. I took advantage of an opportunity. That's what the Money in the Bank contract is for. You can cash it in anytime, any place. I'm a two-time World Heavyweight Champion, and I'm proud of that. You people may not like how it happened, but I did what was best for me. I'm not about winning popularity contests. I'm about winning championships. I worked too hard to get here. I sacrificed too much to let an opportunity like that pass me by. So if you're looking for an apology, you're not going to get one. Instead, I think you all should be
Jeff Hardy suddenly comes to the ring and interrupts CM Punk. I'm not going to complain about what you did. That's not my style. You think you deserve it, but I disagree. Okay, as a Money in the Bank winner, you had the right to do it, but you cash in the wrong guy.
Okay, you're angry. I can understand. I understand what you're trying to say, but you understand me too. I wasn't the one who made you go to the ladder match. Do you know who you are? You did it yourself. You were the one who chose the ladder match. I didn't care who won. You won, and I cashed you in.
I don't want to hear any reasons right now. All you feel is selfishness. You've disappointed your fans. I haven't been through what you've been through, but I want the belt back. I want a title shot tonight.
Jeff, are you mad at Punk? You should be mad at yourself. You didn't even beat me. You barely made it out of the match. If I was here, I could easily beat you. And Punk, you think you're the champion? Do you know who the real champion is? Me. This belt should still be mine.
After these words, Jeff Hardy attacks both Edge and CM Punk. Following Edge's claim to the title, the SmackDown general manager sets up a match between Edge and Jeff Hardy, with the winner earning a title match against CM Punk. In the main event of the week, chaos erupted when Edge suddenly hurled Jeff Hardy into CM Punk. Furious over the unexpected attack, Punk stormed down to the ring and launched an aggressive assault on Edge, leading to an immediate disqualification. Jeff Hardy, left without a satisfying outcome, took matters into his own hands and turned his rage towards CM Punk. As the brawl spiraled out of control, it was CM Punk who ultimately stood tall amid the wreckage. Following this explosive confrontation, it was officially announced that CM Punk, Edge, and Jeff Hardy would face off in a triple threat match on the next episode of Raw. Throughout the match, Jeff Hardy displayed undeniable dominance. He controlled the tempo, bringing Edge to the brink of defeat multiple times. Finally, the moment fans had been waiting for arrived. Jeff climbed to the top rope, ready to deliver his signature Swanton Bomb. Victory seemed certain, until CM Punk stormed in at the last possible second. Punk interrupted the move and viciously threw Jeff into the steel steps, effectively taking him out of the match. Edge, completely drained and unable to fight back, lay vulnerable in the ring. Seizing the opportunity, CM Punk pinned Edge and successfully retained his championship. And next week, a match between these two will be scheduled for the Bash. That same night, the WWE Universe once again witnessed an unexpected surprise. The high-paced match between Jeff Hardy and Chris Jericho took a completely different turn when Rey Mysterio suddenly emerged from the crowd and interfered. Rey Mysterio attacked Chris Jericho, directly helping Jeff Hardy to win the match. This shocking interference prompted the WWE management to take action. Now, it wasn't just the ongoing rivalry between Jeff Hardy, Edge, and CM Punk. Rey Mysterio and Chris Jericho had also temporarily become part of this four-way war. WWE management decided to put these four superstars against each other in a tag team steel cage match. However, in this match, the referee would be CM Punk. Before the match, Jeff Hardy received a surprise visit in the locker room. Mr. McMahon came to him and said the following.
And look, I don't wish you good luck. I'm just being straight up with you. I don't want you to win. Considered your checkered past, and I think you know what I mean, okay? I don't want you representing SmackDown as the world champion. Just being straight up with you.
Jeff Hardy, in response to Mr. McMahon's words, expressed his determination with the following sentence.
Why don't you ask our fans who they want to represent SmackDown? And by the way, I don't need your luck. I've got my own.
As the night went on, the cage match began. The four superstars fought fiercely within the steel walls. But during the match, a moment changed everything. As CM Punk distracted Jeff Hardy, Edge took advantage of the opportunity and hit Jeff Hardy with his famous spear. When CM Punk began the count, it was already too late. Jeff Hardy had lost the match. After the match, as the atmosphere grew tense, CM Punk grabbed the microphone and said the following.
WWE Universe, I want you to put your hands together for a guy who just fought his heart out for you. Put your hands together for the #1 contender to my World Heavyweight Championship this Sunday at the Bash. You know him, you love him. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeff Hardy.
The Bash had finally arrived. CM Punk versus Jeff Hardy. In this legendary battle, Jeff Hardy came extremely close to victory with a Swanton bomb. The referee started counting 1, 2, and 3, and it seemed like Hardy had finally reclaimed the World Heavyweight Championship. But suddenly, the referee declared the match wasn't over, noticing that CM Punk's foot was under the bottom rope. The match resumed, but after taking a hit to the eye, Punk exaggerated the injury and, claiming he couldn't see, kicked the referee. This led to a disqualification, awarding the match to Jeff Hardy, but not the title, since championships don't change hands via DQ. Furious, Hardy accused Punk of doing it on purpose. As Punk tried to leave the ring holding his eye, Hardy snapped and attacked him, dragging him back into the ring and continuing the assault. It took several referees to finally pull Jeff off Punk. On the following week's SmackDown, CM Punk began presenting some evidence. He claimed that due to the blow he took to the eye, he couldn't see the referee and kicked him by accident, that there was no cheating involved. He also addressed how Jeff Hardy attacked him after the match, saying that Jeff wasn't mentally stable and couldn't control himself. And then he said, "Jeff, you don't know me personally. What happened at the Bash was an accident. I couldn't see the referee because of my eye injury, but what you did after the match was intentional. You attacked me, and that was unacceptable. Now, I understand you want a rematch. That's fine by me. But I have one condition. I want an apology, and I want it right now." Then, Teddy Long came out and announced that CM Punk and Jeff Hardy would face each other again at Night of Champions. But before that, tonight in the main event, the two of them would team up to face the tag team champions, Edge and Chris Jericho. As the match was made official, Jeff Hardy came down to the ring, grabbed a microphone, and started to speak. "I'm not accepting any excuses. What you did at the Bash was intentional. You purposely kicked the referee and ended the match by disqualification. Straight edge? What does that mean? A liar?" Then Punk replied, "If the next thing you say isn't, 'I'm sorry,' I'm not listening to you." Jeff responded, "Actually, I'm sorry. Sorry for the fact that I'm going to beat the hell out of you at Night of Champions." Then he tried to attack Punk. CM Punk calmly said, "I know you want to hit me, but we have a match tonight, and you need to control yourself. You have to do something you haven't done in a long time. Learn to control yourself and say no to yourself." From that moment on, things turned into a clash of philosophies between the two. Punk started to bring up Jeff's past struggles with addiction and tried to humiliate him in front of everyone.
During that night's tag team match, everything seemed to be going normally, until CM Punk was in trouble and reached out to tag Jeff Hardy. But just as Punk needed him, Jeff suddenly grabbed his eye and threw himself out of the ring, faking an injury. In doing so, he used CM Punk's own tactic against him, taking revenge for what happened at the Bash. Left alone in the ring, CM Punk couldn't hold his own against both Chris Jericho and Edge. In the end, Jericho and Edge picked up the win. The following week, Jeff Hardy was in a match against Kane. Just as he was about to hit the Swanton bomb, CM Punk's entrance distracted him. Taking advantage of the distraction, Kane attacked Hardy and won the match. Later that night, CM Punk took the microphone and began speaking, going a bit into Jeff Hardy's personal life. He said, "My eye is still injured. Every day I apply prescription medication, yes, prescribed by a doctor, directly into it. You probably know a thing or two about prescription meds, Jeff. Maybe you should see a doctor again yourself. This medication is the only substance I've ever put in my body that didn't come naturally. If you want to be like me, you have to live clean. Why don't you adopt the straight edge lifestyle? I've never been suspended. You? Twice. You know how many times I've been fined? 0. Rehabilitated? 0. And do you know your chances of beating me? 0. Even though it was part of the show, Jeff Hardy was very angry after those words. On the next SmackDown, Jeff Hardy said, "I admit that I've been in terrible situations in the past. Everyone makes mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes. I was suspended from WWE, but for the past year my tests have come back clean. I've never been to rehab. I got better on my own." While he was talking about all this, Punk suddenly came out and said, Are these people really cheering you just because you've been clean for 1 year? Bravo! You've passed your drug test for exactly 365 days. Jeff Hardy responded by saying he was tired of it all and didn't want to deal with Punk anymore. But Punk kept pushing and started talking about things you learn in school, and how Jeff had messed that up too. If you were like me, you wouldn't drink, you wouldn't do drugs, and you wouldn't be the person you are today. You'd be a better human being. Just look at yourself. You're a joke. You're a mess. You admit to failing drug tests twice and then expect people to support you? Who do you think you are? Jeff tried to bring things back to wrestling, but Punk didn't let up. Someone like you can never beat someone like me, because I live the straight edge lifestyle. I've never touched alcohol, and I never will. I don't smoke, I've never done drugs, and I never will. 1 year from now, I'll still be champion. And you? You'll be stuck in the same cycle. You'll lose to me and keep hearing these truths over and over. Jeff Hardy replied, "Sorry, I'm not as perfect as you, Punk." No, you should be perfect. There are a lot of kids here wearing Jeff Hardy shirts. That scares me because you're their hero. And now, millions of kids around the world will see their hero become just another statistic. After that, Jeff Hardy attacked CM Punk. But Punk kept going without hesitation. "Jeff, look at me. I'm going to be a better man than you. Be thankful I've got a match right now, but that doesn't mean I won't destroy you at Night of Champions." The duo's second pay-per-view clash took place at Night of Champions. Before the main event began, CM Punk once again took a low-blow approach, making it clear that he had lost all faith in the fans. He was no longer soft toward the audience. Instead, he turned against everyone. He harshly criticized all those supporting Jeff Hardy, even crossing personal lines, attacking family matters and private lives. Punk claimed that children who looked up to Hardy would end up with miserable lives. That night, in the heat of an intense showdown, Jeff Hardy managed to hit a twist of fate followed by a swanton bomb, clinching the victory. Jeff Hardy was now the new World Heavyweight Champion.
In the following weeks, Jeff Hardy won a match where his brother Matt Hardy served as the special guest referee. Frustrated by the outcome, CM Punk took out his anger by injuring Jeff Hardy after the match. This infuriated SmackDown General Manager Teddy Long, who announced that at SummerSlam, Punk and Hardy would face off in a match that Jeff thrived in, a TLC match. When the night arrived, the match lived up to its name. Ladders were flying, tables were breaking, and chaos reigned. One of the most unforgettable moments came when Jeff Hardy hit a breathtaking swanton bomb on CM Punk, who was laid out on a table. But the move came at a cost. Jeff appeared to be seriously injured. As he was being prepared to be stretchered out, he noticed CM Punk climbing the ladder toward the championship. Refusing to let it end that way, Jeff fought through the pain and returned to the ring. What followed was an intense struggle atop the ladder as both men exchanged blows. Ultimately, Punk overpowered the injured Hardy, knocking him down and retrieving the title to once again become the World Heavyweight Champion. As Punk stood tall and raised his title over Jeff's fallen body, something unexpected happened. The lights went out. When they came back on, Jeff was gone. Lying in the ring was none other than The Undertaker. In a shocking twist, Taker grabbed CM Punk and delivered a devastating chokeslam, giving the Hardy fans one final moment to cheer.
And now, everything was about to change. The final chapter of this legendary 2009 feud had arrived. Jeff Hardy versus CM Punk, one last time in a steel cage match. But this wasn't just any steel cage match. This was a loser leaves WWE match. The bell rang, and the match started with intense action. Jeff Hardy fought with heart, taking every chance to bring Punk down and escape the cage. But Punk was relentless. Just when it seemed like Jeff had it won, climbing toward freedom, CM Punk caught up and dragged him back in. Later in the match, Jeff had Punk down again and began climbing out of the cage. It looked like it was over. But at the last second, Punk recovered and pulled Jeff back, landing a devastating DDT that stopped Hardy cold. He smashed Jeff's head into the steel and threw him back in. Then, CM Punk climbed out and won. Not only the match, but Jeff Hardy's WWE career. As the cage lifted, an emotional moment followed. Jeff Hardy, battered and broken, picked up a microphone. "First of all, I'm sorry if I've let anybody down. I'm sorry that now you'll be seeing CM Punk instead of me on SmackDown. But it's been one hell of a ride, hasn't it? I just want to thank all of you, and I want to let you know that this is not goodbye forever. This is only goodbye for now. And if the time is right, I'm sure I'll see you in the future. Thank you all." People in the arena were visibly crying. And for many of us watching as kids, it hit us hard. Just as Jeff was about to leave, Punk returned one last time to attack him again, leaving him broken in the ring. This feud had not only taken Jeff's pride, it had taken his place in WWE. CM Punk got exactly what he wanted. In the following years, while CM Punk continued to rise in WWE with the legendary feud he had with John Cena and his best-in-the-world persona, Jeff Hardy was getting himself into trouble. Jeff Hardy, who continued to struggle with substance abuse, was occasionally arrested as well. In fact, the clip you saw at the beginning of the video was recorded during this period. If you go back and watch that clip again, you'll understand from the things Jeff Hardy said under the influence that this situation went far beyond just a storyline. Fast forward to today, in 2023, CM Punk returned to WWE and continues to do great work there, frequently appearing in main event shows. We often see this at events like WrestleMania and Royal Rumble. On the other hand, Jeff Hardy, who had been with AEW after a long time, was arrested in June 2022 for driving under the influence, and AEW suspended Hardy indefinitely. It was stated that he could return only if he completed a rehabilitation program. In June 2024, his contract expired and was not renewed. In the same month, Jeff Hardy returned to TNA and is currently wrestling there. Today, this feud has once again become a hot topic on social media. Those who once defended Jeff Hardy are now beginning to say that CM Punk was right all along. So, what do you think? In this extraordinary feud, who was actually right? Was CM Punk telling the truth, or was Jeff Hardy the one who deserved to be understood? If you liked the video and subscribed to my channel, I would really appreciate it. Thanks again.